Hey Tigers, this is a short simple video on how to use Google Keep to take and make notes from open web sources. If you are using an LC Search app, I recommend you use the Save to Drive feature. You could also use Google Keep, but the Save to Drive would work better with some of the LC Search apps. So moving on. First off, just some basics about how to use Google Keep for this process. First of all, make sure you have any labels already created that you're going to use for the project. And then as you search for keywords and terms, make sure that you run any potential sources that you find, say for example when you're doing a Google search, through your search criteria. Basically, are you evaluating it and thinking about those things before you decide to take notes from it? I like to use the FART test. And the reason the FART test I think is a good one to use is because it's simple. It covers all the bases, and if you go through it and you have all those boxes checked, at the end it looks like it's going to be a site that you'd still want to use, then you're pretty much good to go. So I'm doing a basic search for edible insects. And as I look through the links here, before I click on anything, I'm thinking about what is my evaluation criteria. Now, a lot of people think the URL is really the crucial thing to look at. So we see a lot of .coms here, but I see this one, it's a .com, but it's BBC, which stands for British Broadcasting Corporation. And the BBC has a great reputation. Yes, it's a .com, it's a commercial enterprise, but it still is a very reputable source. Basically a reputable entity with quality sources. So think about those kinds of things before you click. Another thing I want to say to you is a lot of people just stick to the first couple of pages. Why not jump ahead? Why not go to the middle and see what you can find? That's really another video, but I just want to throw that out there before you start clicking and deciding you're going to take notes from a particular source. So as I go here, I'm going to use this link, and let's assume that I have read over this article and it's passed my FART test. So if this is the site that I want to use as a potential source, I can save it to a Google Keep note. There's a couple of things I can do. I can copy the link up here and then go to Google Keep and then create that note right here. So I could do the title there and then do the hyperlink. Or this is a great feature that Google Keep has. So since I am logged in, if I right click on my screen, I can go down to Save to Keep. So it's going to create a note. Notice the title of the note is the title of the website with the URL. Now here it says take a note. At this point, taking a note could mean it's my own ideas, or it could mean I've decided to select something from this website. I have to make sure I already have my labels created. So let's say I've read through this website, this particular article, and I see there are some things that I think are important. As I go Save Selection to Keep, notice what it does. It still has the URL at the top, and it has thing that I have selected. So it's connected it to this link, and I'm giving it a title. So this could be the title of this particular note. What is it that I've highlighted here? The world is filled with scenes such as these of families and friends collecting and cooking edible insects, not out of desperation, but because they are there and they taste good. Good tasting. So I could put something like good tasting, and they are. Now this is actually from the website. So what I would do is I would add quotation marks. That way I don't get confused about whether I said that or the website said it. So at this point, this is where I could put in my own ideas. Okay, I'm just typing this right now because I'm making this video. But obviously, if you're creating a note based on an open web source in Google Keep, you want to put in your own ideas. So maybe you don't have a lot to say initially, but then you go back and you reread this article. You have it in your Keep. You can open it up again and add more notes later. But I would always indicate your own ideas on the note, either with a dash, a star, or some other symbol. That way, you know when you use this note later for your project, what's the difference between what is quoted from the article and what your own thoughts are. Now notice I forgot to put a tag. I have to make sure that I add whatever label I've created for this project. Now it's saved. Let's go see it in Google Keep. I haven't pinned it, but it's right here. So this is where you can start adding more ideas. Now the next thing you can do is copy it to Docs. When you click copy to Docs, it's going to give you this little box right here. You can open it there, or you can go search in your Docs. So now it's open. Now here I have the link. I have the actual notes or the quotations that I've taken. So this is the taking notes part. And this is where I'm making notes. So you take notes by writing something down from the source. To make notes, That's when you're going to add your own ideas. One thing I would do is make sure that you add it to whatever folder you've created for this project. Whether you look for it here or you search for it, I would move that into that folder. And as you add other things to it, it will be in the right place. Go forth and take and make notes.